week. My favourite weekend of the entire year, Tommy, mainly because we're actually getting to go. Like, I cannot wait to see Formula One cars in real life. We've not seen them this year, have we?
We haven't.
And we are now going to be graced with it, and I can't wait!
I can't wait. It always makes us giddy, doesn't it? Even after all these years, however long we've been watching. And we're always giddy for some real Formula One cars, so I can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be absolutely awesome. What's not awesome is that you are literally leading 29-24, which, you know, makes me feel unwell every time I check that particular standing. How are you feeling? You know, we're at the halfway point now, aren't we, of the season?
Oh, yes, we are.
And you are leading the predictions.
It's quite close. I feel like it's only ever been kind of, you keep catching me up, and then I'll just have one kind of really good prediction, and then I extend my lead a little bit, and then you catch up again.
Right. Shall we get into it?
Let's do it.
I think we should. Also, actually, before we do, we're on the main stage. 10:30 a.m. on Sunday. Please come and see us. Because last year it rained. And to be fair, a lot of people still turned up and it was awesome. But if it's raining and nobody's there, I will be crying as well as obviously getting wet. So please come along, 10:30 a.m. on Sunday.
Say hi to everyone as well.
Yeah, exactly. We'll do a meet and greet right after the show. We'll meet absolutely every single one of you. Looking forward to that. Let's get into it. A good surprise. My time to go first.
Your time to go first, yeah, of course.
My good surprise will not surprise anybody. It's Lewis Hamilton. Get your change ready, Tommy. I just know for a fact.
Get my prediction changed.
Get your change ready. Because I knew for a fact you were coming for that, and I'm so glad I'm going first. So just to clarify, if you're watching predictions after we set the regulations, we can't go for the same prediction. So it's a bit of a chess game as well, isn't it, Tommy, about who goes first and this sort of stuff. And I quite like, actually, the fact that there are things where I can think ahead and go, I think Tommy's going to go for this, and I can lock it in first. So Lewis Hamilton, there is no surprise. He is excellent around Silverstone. He literally won last year. And also not just from that side of things, but also Ferrari did take a step forward. As much as the whole focus was on McLaren, this, that, and the other, I did feel like Ferrari moved in the right direction. They're not close to McLaren. Charles Leclerc finished 20 seconds off the lead, but it wasn't horrendous. So I'm reasonably a tiny bit hopeful that Ferrari could be good around Silverstone.
Of course, yeah. I was going to go for him as well. He's been unbelievable at Silverstone. He's had this amazing podium run. Of course, one last year.
Who are you going for? Who's your backup?
So I've changed mine to George Russell. Another driver who I think will be very good around Silverstone. Unlucky last year, of course. We haven't mentioned yet cooler conditions, it seems like. It's been absolutely roasting in the UK recently. But of course, now it gets to the British Grand Prix, it's going to be a bit cold, and not cold, but colder. And based on Silverstone, might be a bit windy as well and things like that, and a sprinkling of rain, and George Russell always does well. So Mercedes in cooler conditions, a track that George is really good at. I'm going to back George Russell for a good surprise.
Okie dokie. Who are you flopping this week?
I am flopping Charles Leclerc. And this is because, for two reasons. One, Charles Leclerc is 9-1 in the race ahead of Lewis Hamilton at the moment. So even just finishing behind him, I'm locking that in. Okay. Even if he's second and Hamilton wins, maybe. And also,
I'm sorry, Charles finishing second is not a flop.
But also, and maybe this is just only recency bias, I feel like Charles does have a bit of a mare sometimes at Silverstone. Thinking back to why didn't he get pit why is he on hard tyres and all that kind of stuff and didn't get pit, and then he had that horrendous race, didn't he, where he was doing about 100 pit stops. I think that was last year, wasn't it, where he was out on hard tyres in the wet and all that kind of stuff. So
didn't need that
I just
fair enough.
Yeah, so there we go. Charles Leclerc.
My big flop, sadly, because it's always based on vibes, Liam Lawson. Off the back of a fantastic Austria, this is based on nothing other than who did really well and might not do as well this week.
You love one of those.
So, yeah, I love it because it's an easier argument. So I've gone for Lawson. No disrespect to him. I think Hadjar will be back and better and back to the potential that we expect from him and that we've seen so far this season as well. So I've gone for a big flop, Liam Lawson. Pole position. I have been tossing and turning over what I'm going to go for with this because the weather is a curveball. Oh, what am I going to go for? Because if it's dry, I'm going one way. If it's wet, I'm going another way.
I know, that's the difficulty of it that I found as well.
And I think Silverstone as well is such an awesome track. And it's so hard to know who's going to be actually quick. I'm stalling for time as I try and figure out who I'm going to go for. I am going to lock in Charles Leclerc.
All that, and you just...
Charles Leclerc.
Oh, wow.
So the funniest thing is, right, I was literally choosing between Norris and Verstappen.
I knew you, I could have. I literally was going to say before you said that, I was like, I know how your brain works. Like dry, Lando Norris, wet conditions. Maybe I'll put Max in there.
That is 100%.
And then you couldn't decide either, so just went to Leclerc.
Went to my safety blanket. Look, I'm 5 behind. I may as well just throw caution to the wind. And that is what I'm going for. I do think Ferrari are going to be reasonably good round here. Will they be as quick as pole position? Look, we haven't seen a Charles masterclass pole yet this year, and that's something that he's known for. So give it to me. Thank you.
Okay, interesting. So pole position, I have gone for Oscar Piastri. And again, I was umming and ahhing about who to go for. I think dry conditions, I'd have backed this one absolutely 100% and no kind of never like 100% confident because you never know. But I think in terms of just, I was always going to go for him because he's been great around here. Even his first year as a rookie, he did incredibly well, didn't he, at Silverstone, that time when McLaren just rocked up after being in the midfield for so long and just challenged at the front. It's like, wait, where have McLaren come from? And now it does feel like an Oscar Piastri circuit again that he really is good at. But I also have that little doubt in the back of my mind maybe that with wet conditions, he's not... I don't think he's a bad driver in the wet, but there are obviously like certain individuals like your Max, George, Hamilton, even Lando that excel in the wet. So that would be maybe a little bit of a worry, but no, I'm going for Oscar.
Let's head to the top 3. Who have you got in third place, Tommy?
I have gone for Lewis Hamilton. I am backing him to continue that streak on the podium that he has had for so long now. And your reaction suggests that you may have also gone for a certain Lewis Hamilton in P3.
So I was attempting, and to get a top 3 in my mind that made sense. And you knew, Tommy, that I was chopping and changing, and you've gone for the same one that I've gone for third place. So that's great. I am going to have to move that then, aren't I? And instead,
change
in
them all.
third position, I'm going for George Russell.
Okay.
He will spawn in third place. Mercedes will be much better this weekend. I am convinced of it. And we just have to, I think, ignore Austria as a bit of an anomaly. It's about 20 degrees at the British Grand Prix. The Merc will come alive. And to be honest, third might even be too low, to be honest with you. So George Russell is my third position. Second, I'm going to lock in. Honestly, I've never changed my mind more.
This has been a really tricky one because of the conditions.
Yeah, it's so hard. Right, second place, I'm going for Oscar Piastri. Oscar Piastri. Yes! Making Tommy change his predictions. Love it. I should score points for making you change predictions. I feel like that should be a side championship that I might win. But second place, I've gone for Oscar Piastri because McLaren are going to be great no matter what the condition. And Oscar will be right up there fighting for the win. But I think he'll just miss out.
Okay. I am changing my predictions on the fly. And the problem with this as well, and this is actually why I do really like this new ruling as well, because it then makes you question the next ones and you have to kind of think on the fly. So I'm going to go for George Russell for my P2. And as I mentioned, good surprise. Think he's going to do well. I think Mercedes are going to do well. And I'm going to go for a lovely little P2 for George.
I'm in big trouble now, Tommy, because I feel like I'm having to very much spread my eggs with these predictions because now it makes no sense after what I've gone for a good surprise as Hamilton. Pole position is Charles Leclerc, and either Hamilton or Charles isn't on the podium. Now, what am I doing here? Who's winning? You've got Lando as well. You've got Max in rainy conditions. I have messed this up. Okay. Is it your winner?
It's my winner now, yeah. No, it's my winner now.
Your winner, yes. Sorry. Who's your winner, Tommy?
Okay, my winner
this will help.
Is Oscar Piastri.
Oh, that's fine then. Yeah, you carry on. I've already locked him in.
You have. Of course, I was going between Lando and Oscar for the win still. Difficult decision. I think Lando will be great at home and is a better wet weather driver, but I do think Oscar excels around here and we've seen how quick he can be. So, yeah, I'll lock in Oscar Piastri.
I thought you might help me steer me in a direction by taking potentially my prediction, but there's no chance you would have taken him. No. Okay. All right. So, I've never had more turmoil in my life as to who I choose now, because if I don't put Hamilton, then I've got something wrong before I've even started the weekend. But if I... Oh, goodness. Because can Hamilton get a good surprise for fourth? I don't think so. I am the winner. The winner of the British Grand Prix is Lando Norris.
All that for two McLarens. Our predictions winning.
Yeah. After all that, I remembered at the last minute
that it's 29-24.
Hamilton, in theory, right, he could get a good surprise locked in for finishing fourth if he's winning and then gets shafted by the weather.
Or strategy, because it is, he drives for
look, the curse was broken, and people were like, no, Matt, don't choose him again.
The floodgates
curse isn't
are going to
actually
open
broken.
now.
A broken clock is right on the 11th time, some people were saying, which doesn't make sense, but you know what I'm saying. So that is what I am going for. Right, let's head to our one crazy prediction. And mine is a Haas makes Q3.
Okay.
It's going to need to be Ocon on track or in the driest conditions in Q2 before it then hammers it down with rain. But I see it. I see it in my mind's eye.
Like a Kevin Magnussen, they're on pole.
Yeah. But it's a crazy prediction. It's not probably going to happen, but there it is. That is the definition of crazy.
Well, I'm actually, you mentioned about spreading your eggs. I'm not, and I am tripling down on this one. So my one crazy prediction is Lewis Hamilton beats Charles Leclerc in the race. So there we go.
Well, now I don't know what I want, because a good surprise is Hamilton probably beating Charles Leclerc in the race. So I've kind of, I've backed. If Charles beats Hamilton, I'll be happy just in general. But if Hamilton beats Charles, it was a point.
You get some points.
It was a point all along.
Points.
There you go. Actually, yeah, that's fine. That's the way it works. Fourth place for Hamilton, fifth place Charles, but he got pole, but he gets beaten by... Yeah, I can still score all the points. I can see it. I can see it. Let's go to our Patreon prediction. If you didn't know what this is, the lovely P1 Patreons get to submit a prediction on the Discord, and then we choose one of them to be part of our predictions and our tally. So, Tommy, who have you gone for?
I have gone for Rosie's prediction, and it is 2 Brits will lock out the first row of the starting grid.
British bias.
So, yeah, indeed, I'm really on the British hype train.
Wow.
Waving the British flag, playing the British national anthem in the intro on YouTube. I could see it being George Russell, maybe Lando second, whereas if McLaren are really good, I don't know. So, yeah. I will go for that one.
My Patreon prediction is from Zingy L3. Sauber move up to at least 7th in the constructors' standings. So they need 3 points and then any more if anyone else scores as well. So some more Sauber points on the horizon, potentially. Maybe not. We will see. Little Hulk masterclass. I'd like to see that. Okay. Or another Bortoletto one. Fingers crossed.
It is getting boring now, isn't it? Sauber dominance.
Exactly. Okay, family top 3 time, and I am going to ring Ellie. and I need her to pick up because she just said, hey, do you still need me? And I haven't read her follow-up message, which means she might have gone into a meeting, but let's see. We're ringing.
Hello?
Hi there, darling. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Are you ready to score me 3 points this weekend?
I'm going to try my best.
Yeah, you are, because we're 6-3 down. The Bellinghams are still winning. The boring Bellinghams, they are just we're not really steaming ahead. We're both just not scoring any points at the moment. So, right, talk to me. P3.
Okay, in P3, I'm going to put Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, you see the Hamilton hype as well? Bit of rain in the air as well. I don't know if you've seen that, which is...
Yeah, it's Silverstone. You can't count him out, right?
I mean, I went for
It's
good
like you've
surprise
been
Lewis
watching
Hamilton.
the podcast.
Yeah, it's like you've been watching the podcast as well. It's unbelievable. P2.
P2, I'm going to go for George Russell.
Okay.
This is my prediction so far.
All right, George Russell. Wait, is this exactly what you've gone for, Tommy?
Yeah.
It is. You've gone for the same third and second as Tommy, which I don't know if I'm going to be happy or sad about. At least we'll close up in the in the family predictions if it comes true. In first.
In first, I'm going to hope that it's safe to predict him now that the curse is broken and go for Lando Norris.
Wow. I thought for a second you might have gone for
All
Charles.
British top three. She's gone for it.
Yeah, an all-British top 3 for the British Grand Prix. You're feeling it. Okay, thank you, love you.
Love you, bye.
Bye. All right, so that is very British bias for
It
Ellie.
is. Basically went for
appreciate
what
it.
I was almost going to go for.
Yeah,
but
it's a strong prediction. No Verstappen
is.
in the top 3 with rain in the air is very dangerous, but I've not gone for it either, and neither have you.
Yeah, that is
We've not
crazy.
even uttered
Verstappen
his
has
name.
not been mentioned.
He's winning by 40 seconds now.
I hope so.
He's
I mean,
You'll take the no point.
it's all master plan. Right, I'm going to give my wife a call.
Hello.
Hello. You're live on the P1 podcast.
Okay, hello.
Hello.
I love how
sorry that I've had to ring
petrified she
you
sounds.
again because none of the other family members are around, and I forgot to get
Disgraceful.
Grace.
It's a disqualification.
To give her top 3. Matt really wants me disqualified, but instead we're going to get 3 points. So can I get P3, please?
Okay. Lewis.
I knew you were going to say Lewis Hamilton. I've gone for Lewis Hamilton third. Ellie's gone for Lewis Hamilton third.
no.
Okay, second.
Okay, I can't. I'm between 2 people because
Don't
I'm
say
like, do I
George.
go all British podium?
Oh no!
No, don't tell him. Don't tell her.
No?
She has to.
Just do what you want. Just do what you
I
want.
was gonna say George.
Oh,
Okay, George. Okay, yeah. Okay,
no.
and first.
Lando.
Wow, you've literally gone for identical. Oh, that is unbelievable from you. I appreciate it. The blocking.
Do you want me to change it?
Do are we going to have to
I'm
make
sorry.
a family top 3 on the fly?
family
of-
top 3 regulations
of
have just come
blocking.
in. How have they gone for the same
Oh, God,
predictions?
so should I reorder?
Do we do a?
Yeah,
We've got a live chat. Are we saying redo? No, keep it.
Live chat.
'Cause
Chat right now. Talk to
They
me.
get to
Then
this.
what's the point? It'll be like.
Keep it.
Yeah, because we'd be blocking.
People are saying
Keep it.
Yeah.
Oh, unbelievable
beauty.
blocking from
Cool.
the Bellinghams.
Well, the
there.
Bellinghams
Thank
lead
you.
by 3 points by the
Love
end of this.
you.
Thanks, Katie.
Bye.
No, don't love you. Disgraceful. I cannot believe she's gone for the same thing when there's rain in the... How?
That is unbelievable.
That is ridiculous. Good. Well,
Wow.
may as well
There
just
we go.
scrap that. Well, the Bellinghams lead by 3 points at the end of the British Grand Prix. Fantastic stuff. Well, I'm
The British
annoyed
bias is
already.
real.
That is crazy that she's gone for an all-British. But I mean, look, the British bias clearly runs through the P1 podcast and family members. Crazy as a Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen fan. I'm here for a Leclerc win if it over anything, to be honest with you. So thank you everybody for tuning in. We will see you at Silverstone if you are there. Myself and Tommy are going to be milling about on Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Of course, main stage on the Sunday at 10:30 a.m. We may well sort out a meet-up on the Saturday as well, so look out on our social media for that.
Lewis Hamilton says improvement to Ferrari's communication and race weekend workflows remain a work in progress as he reaches the halfway point of his maiden season at the team. This weekend's British Grand Prix is the 12th race of the 24-round campaign. With Silverstone to be the first-time 7-time champion, Hamilton has driven in Ferrari red in front of his home crowd. despite high pre-season expectations after a strong finish to 2024. Ferrari's campaign has largely underwhelmed so far, with the team's hopes of challenging for the World Championship against dominant McLaren not materialising. Hamilton, meanwhile, continues to adapt to the team car and working practices after 12 years at Mercedes, with the Briton yet to finish on a Grand Prix podium. Teammate Charles Leclerc has claimed 4 top 3 finishes so far, with 6 more months to go until the dawn of one of F1's biggest ever rules overhauls, when Ferrari are hoping to finally get back to title-contending ways. Hamilton was asked on Thursday whether he was happy with the team's preparation of areas outside of the 2026 car itself, such as communication, upgrades and workflows, and if they already had margin in those for the rest of this year. But he replied, "The answer is no. It's a work in progress. There are changes I'm trying to implement and make. It seems to be quite a slow process, but there is change and we are improving. You want everything to happen now, as soon as possible. This is a year where I am literally trying to build that foundation with the team. We are getting to know each other. We both work differently, and so there are compromises and there are changes we are making to try and prepare ourselves the best. I'd never want to do the same thing as my teammate." Hamilton explains Austria strategy. Request speaking beforehand to the written media at Silverstone, Hamilton gave an example of how he felt he and Ferrari were still learning to adapt to each other from last week's Austrian Grand Prix. Running several seconds behind teammate Charles Leclerc in last Sunday's middle stint in 3rd and 4th places respectively, and with no real threat from Mercedes' George Russell behind, Hamilton requested to the team's pit wall to be kept out longer ahead of his second and final pit stop. However, he was kept on their existing plan and stopped 1 lap after Leclerc, with the teammates eventually crossing the line 9 seconds apart. Asked if they had spoken about it since last Sunday, Hamilton said, "Even just probably an hour ago, I brought it up. I mentioned it after the race, then we had time to reflect on it. I think the team's best view was they just wanted to make sure they secured 3rd and 4th, which is totally fine. But I said, look, I'm not here to start 4th and finish 4th. I'm racing for every little bit that we can gain." In a scenario like that, for example, they had us on exactly the same strategy. I think we went both medium, hard, medium. I said I would have done medium, medium, hard, so at least I was offset at the end. I'd never want to do the same thing as my teammate. Ever. Then that last stint we were not under pressure from the cars behind and they said, "Yeah, but you would have got overtaken by Charles towards the end." I said, well, there could have been a safety car. At that point there was no risk in taking a gamble. And I said, I never want to get to a point where I'm ignoring you. So what we're doing is we are working on our communication. We are still getting to know each other and how we like to operate. And that's understood. Hamilton returns to Silverstone a year on from his record-extending 9th victory at the circuit. A particularly emotional triumph for the then Mercedes driver, given it was his first win anywhere in F1 for 2.5 years. This time, the 40-year-old is bidding to end another unprecedented sequence in his glittering career. 13 races without a podium finish. Hamilton has, though, finished on the last 12 Silverstone podiums and said, I'm hopeful we will be in a similar position to Austria, but I have never focused too much on Ferrari's performance here in the past. If it's a dry day, McLaren will walk off into the distance. But you never know what will happen here with the wind and rain. The crowd will make a big difference, so I'm hoping they help us get a bit closer. And whether he can dream of a stunning 10th victory, he said, I really don't know, and I would never want to jinx it. In my heart, I'm hoping for a strong weekend. I've not had a podium yet, so this would be a special place to have that. I'm hoping the amazing support we have here can make a difference.